channel. Main no cam, here we go. Today, I've just been working on some stuff. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I've been farting around, being a lazy plop. Having some coffee, as you're going to hear me sip it here in a second, just to annoy everybody. Delicious. Do not know why. Oh, maybe that gets rid of it. All right, cool. That'll get rid of that little weird black square that I'm not sure why it was there. That said, let's pop right into this. Tabletop Simulator has recently had an update where you get some sweet-ass PDF action, which I think is super cool. Unfortunately, every time an update comes around, there's going to be always something that sort of blinks out and gets a little goofy. I talked to the creator, Tattletale, that has created this program called OneWorld that I use to build my stuff inside of so that you can easily change scenes from position to position or spot to spot, location to location. And I've been working on a few things. What do we got here? This is the secret prison, some NPC cards, the crystal mine. And okay, so what I want to do then is I want to clear this table out. That's the crystal mine. And I want to put in the crystal link, or crystal caves. So quickly drop this cave onto here just so that it'll make sense in a bit. And then once we do that, we go here, drop the link anywhere I want, because this is just my work table, and I'll be deleting most of this stuff anyway. So, one of the maps that I've been working on is from Patreon. One of my favorite patron guys is called, he's changed his name to like Kaora. It used to be Blue Sword Games. Let's go to the right monitor. And it is this guy here. He's making a bunch of dragons and stuff like that, doing some kind of smogist dragon building things. I'm just going to quickly skim through some of this. He does a lot of world building maps, and somehow I don't follow him that closely. I just sort of follow his artwork. He does a lot of Twitch streams and stuff under this name up here. But he's involved in Project Deus or something that's on Kickstarter. I think if I scroll down, you'll see it. This thing here, Project Deus. I'm not sure if it's finished or not, but it is like a world building project that you could start with a world map, put a link similar to what's happening here in my Tabletop Simulator. You put a link from your world map to a city, and then from a city to a location, sort of cool things like that. But this is the stuff that I love. This map is fantastic, man. Talk about super colorful. What a beautiful looking map. Inspiration just kind of smashes you, and you're like, oh man, I would love to do something like that with 3D heightened elements, put on some cool looking crystals, and create a battle map. But every once in a while, I need to change a few things. So this is the guy that does it all. Caeora, Kaora. I'm not sure. It used to be Blue Sword Games. We go back to the map, and I've taken his map and done what I did. Is it the Crystal Mine is what it's called. You'll see it pop up here. And what is this? So right away you'll see here's a glitch. This link should not be here. This link should be stuck in the top layer. But there's sort of issues with it. Hopefully I can go back to the crystal caves, the crystal mines. There we go. So, building the map. We'll just wait for the elements to pop up, and then I'll zoom in. Let's make sure that we're on normal light. Yeah, normal. So this is generally what I did with this map. The idea being that your players would probably start somewhere right around here. They've come across a crystal map, or these crystal caves in the forest. I've done some things that are kind of, I'm not sure quite how to fix them. I couldn't find a cave door, but if you look, that looks a little weird. That's supposed to be the entrance to the cave and stuff like that, and I just kind of popped it out and stuffed this block into, just to darken it, because the idea is, you're not supposed to be able to see inside kind of a thing. That said, this is essentially just a bunch of pieces that I cut out. Let's go back over to the right monitor so that I can show you my Imgur account, and then under my Imgur account, this is the pieces that I had to cut out. Was this little piece up here, This map has the actual cart on it. I just cut this out, saved this as a PNG because this is the piece that I wanted. And then later on, I took the cart out because I didn't like the way that the cart looked under the cart. So yeah, it ends up being that when you start placing things like these crystals, for example, you start unlocking this, right? You can see that I left the crystal in, and I just put a crystal over top of a crystal. I found this in here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Blue light. I'll show you that in a second here when I rebuild it. But when you're looking at the cart, you can see the stain that I made. I just didn't like that the cart was under the cart in the image because it forces me to restrict the size of the map. In Tabletop Simulator, you can do a lot of cool things just by like making things smaller. So if this is a regular cart, like you can see that the other thing I should have done was I should take out these train tracks. The reason you can see there's tracks on the ground already. So those train tracks limit scale because this cart obviously does not fit on these train tracks. So let's go ahead and clear this table. Clear, and then we'll just build it. That'll throw everything back. So essentially what you're going to have to end up doing is just scaling the table. We don't want that. We want to go to, where are my cool mini adventures? I think I got some. Paper Forge will have some. Let's throw down some goblins or a goblin, and let's put my giant barbarian, my bald barbarian guy in here. So you can see for scale, you can scale these. So this guy's 3.65. If you make them both 1, he could be that big, and he would be roughly the same size. So not too shabby. You got your little goblin guys. Obviously the goblin's not going to be as big as this guy, so I would click on this guy and make him 2 across the board so that he obviously stands a little bit bigger than the goblins. But here's what I'm talking about. The cart compared to this guy is way too freaking big, so we need to make this guy substantial so that the cart looks sort of realistic. I would say something like that would be a little bit bigger, or a little bit more normal size. In which case the goblin's going to be half, which puts him up to 2, 2, and 2. So you can see what I mean. Like, it's easy to scale stuff, but the train tracks sort of throw everything off because they sort of set the size. I should actually go back and take it out. I might not. But this is the map that I built. It's got some flowers. It's got some mushrooms. Maybe your party's going out to try and find some alchemical supplies. You're like, hey, I got this great map. These are the mushrooms that they're after. They show up. Maybe they get attacked by some goblins that are here that are cleaning out this cage, this cave, and you got to defeat them. Printable heroes, Paper Forge minis, and printable heroes are my absolute favorite miniature guys. You can see that I have printable heroes. And I just converted these. So I've got some sweet spiders that I could throw in here. Right? And then it does say giant spider. Maybe I'm going to make this sucker 555. There we go. Giant spider protecting the tracks. And barbarian guy's got to go fight them. Maybe there's goblins. Maybe there's spiders. Who knows? Pretty much limited options. Maybe they got to come here and collect some crystals and they get attacked by spiders. Yeah, lots of options for this table. I put in a lot of foliage around the table. I dropped in these crystals and stuff like that to give it that sweet 3D element. Here's the cool part is if you don't want to, let's see, if I clear this table, will that take my minis with them? No. So we can take these minis, shake them together, and set them off to the side of the table. One of the neat parts is, and that leads me to this goofy link that I threw down at the beginning, Crystal Caves. This was a map that was built by, oh man, I wish I could remember. I'll have to look it up. I'll probably put a link in the notes, but Perhaps this is what you find inside, and maybe this is where you find the spiders. Right? You got to go inside, rescue a person. Again, lots of options, man. It's up to your imagination what you could throw in here. Giant spiders. Maybe your buddies are attacked. What else we got for minis? I have a lot of minis because I subscribe to these guys. So essentially, I could do pretty much anything. Cultists, if I wanted ghouls, if I wanted some undead to be in here. Maybe it's a bugbear cave, that kind of thing. I got some giant spiders. Ooh, a Lich King. We could throw the Lich King in here, or even a vampire. Or maybe they're working together. Snake men don't really fit the scene. Can't say that word. But yeah, you get the gist of it. There's sort of two maps that I'm going to make available for you guys to play with. Those two encounters alone, you're looking at a couple hours of game time by the time you get through those scenes. Now, glitch part number 2. Hopefully this gets fixed. I'm sure it will. Like I said, I already talked to Tattletale, the cool-ass dude that made this friggin' program. So all I got to do is just clear, end it. And this, by doing that, it takes me up to the top layer. So we can go here. And I just wanted to show you one last thing. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, that's your style of play. And you haven't seen any of the Adventurers League stuff in Season 1, you're in the city of Flan. There's a bunch of adventures that take place in Friona's Tea House. Friona's Tea Kettle, Tea House. And this is one of them. Relo something stopper. I can't remember what his name is this gnome tinkerer guy. He shows up in a huff in the tea kettle and recruits your party to help him find his daughter. This is the map from it, the secret prison. I won't tell you much more about it, but this will also be available. Secret prison. You start off here. You come in. You got some guards, and you got some things and some stuffs, and here's the map if you wanted to play it. The DDEX excursions or expeditions. I'm not sure what it's because it's now DDAL, Adventurers League. That's what the two of them used to be. The excursions were like small little 1-hour one-shots, and the expeditions were the big books, like the big long adventures. The Tyranny of Dragons. What else is there? Because I gotta look over at my books. And they're hidden behind my ICRPG book, so no big deal. So yeah, that's a short little video to show you those 3 maps. I'm going to make them available, put them on my table. If you're looking to find these things, go to the workshop, and inside the workshop, the table is called One World Gaming Table with Images. So if we smash the browse button and we go to the workshop and we look up One World Table, hit the search button, and it comes up right there. One World Game Tables. You can subscribe to this, and then I'll even quickly show you as a refresher for people that haven't seen it before. You could just go to Games. We'll go to Workshop. I'll load this right from the workshop. So here's the table. The table is very simplistic. There's nothing on it but my cheesy ass image. And you just come down here, press this I once, press this I twice. Left side of this is pretty neat. A 1 on the world is last, and next. Once the buttons get up and running because of the update, everything will go back to normal. Smash the build button. And then what this is going to do is this is going to show you all the tables that I have available. Now, some of these tables I have just pulled from other places. Some of them I have edited to fix some of the errors and stuff like that. Actually, this city graveyard was redone because, man, if you look at the city graveyard, there's a lot of extra tiles. I'll be redoing the city graveyard. We're at 524 pieces of stuff. Objects, saved objects. City graveyard. I think I might have already rebuilt. No, I didn't. I got to do that too, so I'm going to fix that. The Problem with using little tiles is every little tile takes up a bit of memory. And when you have 524 and you can get it down to like 100 and something, sort of seems to be the optimal way to go. So these are the tables that are available. You can see that there's like lots of them. This is another one that I've made here. You can see this is one from a previous adventure. I usually drop all the tables that I edit and screw around with and fart with into this and make them available so that you can just come in here and grab the bags, or you just save all the bags into your own folder. Here is level 2. We'll smash the build button on this bad boy, and this is the second one. So these adventurer tables are, the adventurer is the ship. The ship comes apart and has a subfloor and stuff like that. Here's the beach ship. These are all from a game that I ran with my friends called Treasure of the Lost Sands. Here's the Crystal Cave map that I showed you. It's available here. Kaora has done this haunted map. Cool looking little haunted ghost town that you can throw your folks into, have them get attacked again, vampires. So check out Printable Heroes. Not only can you make cool printable cuttable minis, paper minis, and Paper Forge, the same thing. They have cut files. Oh man, they're top notch. Here's DDEX Adventure number 1, the Goblin Lair. Here's the Undercrypt, and I will put in the next one once I update this table, which I haven't done yet. But that's it. There's 2 new maps that I've decided to throw out because it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, which is why I'm talking like a mile a minute, because I don't like long videos. And yeah, there you go. Sweet. Peace out, folks.